sio kama kitambo. Siku hizi hawaui wakiwa kwa matatu kitambo. Ukiingia kwa matatu unakaa, wanagonga kama una pesa kwa pesa, unaangalia unatuma. Lakini saizi sasa watu saizi watu wanapenda pesa. Siku moja unapenda tu siku moja, kwa sababu siku zote zitaibiwa chaguzi. Hata watu kuingia kwa magari wanatoa pesa wanapeana, hawaangalii. Siku moja itaibiwa chaguzi. Do you know the deaf are the best? The deaf are the best. Why? Number one, sisi usiku tunalala peacefully mpaka maji yanateremka hata saa 3 saa 2 usiku. Sasa nashangaa hiyo inalala. Anyway, ina matatu. Ukiingia kama depo, umeingia ndani. Ukienda tu kidogo, watu wanasikia ukiwakanyaga wanakumbana, umenichafua. Lakini mimi sisikii hata kidogo. Nakuangalia tu na nyamaza. Unagombana. Mimi nakuangalia tu. Then later, kondakta anakuja. Anasema, kwani ndiye? Alafu mimi yangu na wangalia tu tena. Story imeisha. Kwa nini? The deaf are the best. Hawana shida. Lakini watu wanasikia. Wanapenda fujo. Hili the deaf wanapenda. You have a skill. Sasa hivyo tumetoka kwa shida hiyo kando. Anyway, do you know Shakahola? In Kilifi, people, they died because of anger. Mulisikia nini hapo? Hakuna believe that. But why? Because they know me. Very important. Even the deaf community. wenye wanasikia the people who hear lazima pia wafundishwe na deaf, pia lazima wajue the language of the deaf. Kukiwa na event ambayo kwa interpreter wengi.
Welcome to the lifestyle show. My name is Catherine and that is my sign name. I am here with my guests, and can you introduce yourself and tell us more of who you are?
Hello, my name is Leakey and that is my sign name. I'm a basketball player and also I'm a comedian. We've come here to Machakos for the deaf event where there is comedy, acrobat and dance and different things. I'm representing comedy and I hope you enjoy the interview.
Wow, interesting. That is nice. Now, for you coming here, you came for comedy. And why do you love comedy and basketballing?
Thank you for that question. Growing up, me, Leakey as a person, I've worked as a sign language teacher for a long time. But one thing amazingly, inside me, I've got a talent which God gave me for free, but I haven't used that for a long time. I started comedy last year. When I got something, I was wondering. I have a TikTok account which is Tonid. That is where I sign and make people laugh. People were amazed, and that really motivated me. And now I've continued as a comedian. I love comedy because through comedy, it I can be able to express myself, and through comedy, I encourage my own talent as a deaf person. As you can see, there's a lot of comedian around, but there is none in a deaf community. There are a few, but that is why I've decided to really major in comedy. I love making people laugh. When people laugh, it makes their stress calm down, and that is why I love comedy.
Now, you love doing basketball, right? Why do you love it? And why do you love it that way?
Okay, I'm a sports person. I play basketball. I'm in the national team, and we've participated in Olympics for 3 times. The first time it was in 2013 in Bolivia, and also we went to Uganda for African Championship in 2016, and then we went to Turkey in 2017, and then last year we participated in Deaf Olympic in Brazil. Through basketball, it has motivated me to represent my country and also deaf people. And through this talent, I've got to learn it from my friend, and that is why I love basketball. I've participated in national team, and I've met different individual, and I've learned different languages and in different countries. It has helped me to connect and network with different things and different people, and that is where my motivation is. That is a calling. That is a calling and a passion that I got. And also in future, I want to empower young people to be basketball players in future.
Wow, interesting. That is nice. Now, I want to understand something. You came here for plays, and what will you do after this?
This is my first time to participate in a stand-up comedy. I was really skeptical, but I wasn't really sure about it because that is not something that is easy. But I hope this will open door for me in future as a comedian. But I'm not sure about it. That is something that I feel maybe it will open a door for me in future as a comedian. So I'm here to participate and express and show people what I love doing because I've been doing it for a long time, and I have made people laugh, and making people happy makes me happy too. Many people have mental health issues and a lot of stress, but through comedy and really doing my signing, it makes people laugh and it makes them relieve their stress. And that is how I'm able to interact and people with people. My aim, there is a selection over here that people will be participating in Tanzania. I would like to be selected and participate in comedy and really show my talent and represent my country.
Wow, that is good for you. Now, let me ask you, what if you are not selected? Will you leave comedy or what will you continue doing it?
No, comedy is naturally in me, meaning whether I'm chosen or whether I'm not, I'm okay. If I cannot go, I cannot stop doing my comedy. I have to make people laugh and enjoy myself doing that. So if I participate, my aim is not to be selected because I know in life it's either positive or negative. We stand to expect either positive or negative response. So in both, if I'm not selected, it's fine. I'll just continue with my comedy through TikTok. So please, guys, follow me and follow, add my viewership.
Wow, I hope that you'll continue seeing his work on Instagram. You can go and follow him, find his jokes, and you will laugh.
Yes, thank you.
Now, that aside, I have a question for you. What do you love most? What's your favorite?
What do you mean? Favorite thing in what?
Maybe a hobby?
Oh, hobby?
Yeah, or anything.
Okay. One thing, I love interacting with people because I love making new friends. But sometimes I love being alone. Yes, but most of the time I love interacting with people. Also, I love basketball playing and also I love dancing because dancing is a stress reliever. You know that.
Well, can you show us the dance right now?
I don't think I can dance right now.
Okay, we can do it later. Let us
Okay,
continue
yeah,
with the
fine.
discussion.
That is what I love doing, dancing, basketball playing, and sharing with people. Because when we focus about this thing, it makes us forget about what we have been worried about. That is what I love doing, and that is what makes me happy.
Now, what do you like most and what do you hate most?
Hate is a big word for me. I'll rather or I'll prefer using what I don't like because hate. I've grown up loving a lot of things, but I'm not sure what I hate. If I meet something that I hate, I can say that I hate that, but which is normal. But I don't have something in specific that I really hate. That is normal. What I don't like is people using other people. That is something that I hate.
For example?
For example, I can't be very specific.
Maybe, for example, you can talk about hearing people who look at a deaf person and feel maybe a deaf person is ignoring them.
You know, many people are not aware about deaf culture, and that is why September is our Deaf Awareness Month. We create awareness and teach people about the deaf culture. But the advantage with deaf people, if people give you an attitude, you just ignore them because you don't hear. If you hear what they say, it will pain you, but you can't
And
hear.
is it a good or a bad language, or it's okay with you?
It's a bad language, yes, but sometimes we don't really take things very serious. You just ignore it and life continues.
Okay, okay. I want to ask you one question. What do you love about your hair?
I love dreadlocks.
Explain to me why you love it that way.
Okay. First thing, when I was growing up, I loved people who kept their hair, and I love my hair. When I was growing up, my hair was really big. It really grew up big, and I really liked it to stay like that. But my concern was with work because it wasn't really merging with my profession. You just have to refuse and be patient until you move out. In 2017, I moved out and I decided to put on dreadlocks because I was an independent man. So whether I put on my dreadlocks, my father was like, okay, fine, it's your life, so you just do whatever you have to do. Until now, that is when I kept my hair.
Wow, that is nice. Tell me about some of the challenges you find while communicating with people out there.
The communication barrier is a challenge for many people because many people don't know sign language. That is one thing that we face as a deaf community. When we enter in hospital in different places, many people don't know the signs. So, but I always find a way to communicate, maybe through writing, but that really wastes a lot of papers and wastes a lot of resources. So, many people don't know how to sign, but that is normal. That is normal.
Okay. In your life growing up, have you ever faced a challenge?
Honestly, what I can say, growing up to now where I am, looking back at my life, we've had a lot of challenges, but I can only say that it's only God. I cannot control my own life because where I am right now, I actually wonder, I can't even believe that is me who have worked all that while. Even the Bible say, many people plan in their heart, but God establishes their plans. That is in Proverbs 19, verse 21. It says, because everything it is in God's plan. Whatever we plan for ourselves, what we plan, our plans are not God's plan. That's why I'm wondering. That is why sometimes I wonder and looking at my life, I have this, I have that, I've woken up healthy and everything is good. I only thank God for that. So we've had many challenges growing up. Finding a job was a challenge. Caring for my family was a challenge because I'm a firstborn. Financial issues, relationship issues, and a lot of challenges. The challenges are there, but I thank God that I'm able to manage them and solve the few that I can. With God's help, I managed to get a job because I know many people employing a deaf, it's very worrying because you have to pay them double salary for another interpreters. So that is their worry. When I was employed, I'm able to interact with hearing people and even the boss even without the interpreter. The only challenge comes in.
That is nice. Let us have a short break and we shall be back with our discussion.
That
Welcome back. Initially, we were discussing with Leakey about his love for basketball and comedy. Now, let us continue with our discussion. I have a question for you. You've told us that you had already gotten a job. Would you kindly tell us how you did the application process?
honestly, I applied that job in 2020.
From 2020?
Yes. That time, I saw an advert. I didn't have a job, I was just looking for a job. When I saw the advert that the government needed workers, so I decided to try and apply. I wasn't hesitant. I just applied directly and just forgot about it. The month went by and I didn't got any feedback. After last year, I got a feedback that requested me to come for an interview. And I was wondering what interview because I had applied a long time ago and I wasn't really remembering about that. So That is, I went for an interview and find that job in the immigration office.
Wow, immigration
Yes.
office.
I went for the interview and it was successful. I got the job. The first time I had a challenge. They said they don't require an interpreter in the interview. So it was just fine for me to write and write back. After finishing, the second interview was supposed to be in Mombasa, but it didn't happen because that time we were at sports camp for basketball at Kasarani. When I went and came back, I got a feedback that I was successful, and that is how I got the job. When I entered my first time, people were wondering, this is a deaf person with dreadlocks. But later, now I'm experienced. I can do anything without an interpreter. I can interact. I love to push myself. I don't need any other person to push myself for me. I can do anything by myself because I go for what I want.
Wow, that is great to hear. So I want to understand something. When you applied for your job at the immigration office, how do you communicate?
We normally use text and also writing, but we have some staff like 3 or 5 people who understand sign language but basic. So we interact with them and they help me to interpret for something that I need. If there is anything that I want, but if they can't find anything, we use a phone with the client. But I'm focused more on passport clearance office. So that is where I work a lot. Many deaf cannot do that job, but I push myself. I'm very confident in what I do, and I can enter and do anything that I want.
That is good. Now I want to understand. You mean you work without an interpreter or you have an interpreter?
I don't have a personal interpreter, but when something or a meeting comes up, or an interview, I call an interpreter. But normally, I work by myself. I just do everything by myself. When a serious meeting comes up, I just call an interpreter, and then we get solved by that.
One day I will come and visit your office.
Thank you. I'm happy to serve you.
Okay. I would request if you can explain to me. We have a lot of youth out there, maybe deaf youths who are applying for jobs, and sometimes it's hard. Some cannot accept cheap jobs. What would you love to encourage them? What would you love to tell them?
One thing I will want to encourage the youth is keep pushing yourself and never give up. That is the most blessing that we have, that we wake up in the morning. That is the most important thing for us. We have breath. Let us continue pushing. Never give up. Go for what you want and go for what you love. Go for what you like and enjoy life. Also, if you haven't gotten a job, don't stress yourself. You have the best time as a youth. So be encouraged and continue and believe and have confidence in yourself, because one of the most important thing that we have been given for free is the mind to think. How we think, because one important thing that we have been given for free is our mind. How we manage our mind and our thinking is how our life will be. Our mind helps us to do any and different activities in our lives. Thank you.
Wow, interesting. Now I think you have social media and people would want to see you. Please tell us about your different handles.
My social media handle Facebook is Tolina Nick. My IG is Tolina Nick. TikTok, and also I have a sign language school named Galaxy Sign Language Training Center. Mm. You can follow us on social media platform and also follow us on our advert and our September intake, and join us so that we can learn sign language together. Thank you.
Interesting. That is nice. Now, I have something short for you.
Galaxy.
Please explain for us what is Galaxy.
Galaxy is a sign language training center where we teach people sign language to help bridge the gap between the deaf group and the hearing community so that they can assimilate and work together. Through working together and communicating in sign language, we are able to agree together as a community and improve deaf and hearing lives together. Without sign language, we cannot communicate. So, Galaxy Training Center helps us to teach and include hearing in the world of deaf through sign language, and also apparent.co.ke. You can see us there and follow our programs, and when we'll be having our intake through that.
Wow, that's nice. It is true we have had an interaction with Leakey, and that is very important. Now, you can follow him for some advice. Do not ignore. And thank you for watching our video. My name is Catherine, and our visitor was Leakey, who is here with me. Thank you and bye-bye. Bye-bye.